I intend to resign as party leader, as prime minister, after the party selects its next leader through a robust, nationwide, competitive process.
Well, there it is. Justin Trudeau has announced today his intentions to resign as the leader of the Liberal Party and as Prime Minister, but not before the Liberals choose a replacement. So he will be staying on in his post for several months. The highly anticipated announcement from Justin Trudeau comes after weeks of speculation that Trudeau had no other option but to resign.
Over the holidays, I've also had a chance to reflect and have had long talks with my family about our future. Throughout the course of my career, any success I have personally achieved has been because of their support and with their encouragement. So last night over dinner, I told my kids about the decision that I'm sharing with you today. I intend to resign as party leader, as prime minister, after the party selects its next leader through a robust, nationwide, competitive process.
The chorus of calls for Justin Trudeau to exit stage left began when the Liberals were crushed in a Toronto St. Paul's by-election, which was supposed to be a Liberal stronghold. The Conservatives stole that Toronto urban seat from them, which triggered the first calls from the Liberal caucus for Justin Trudeau to resign. Trudeau was able to weather that storm for a few months, but when Chrystia Freeland, his closest political ally, his deputy prime minister and finance minister, announced her shock resignation, well, the wheels on Justin Trudeau's train completely fell off. The Liberal caucus revolt this time proved too much to handle for Justin Trudeau. All throughout the holiday break, all throughout Christmas, Liberal MPs have been calling for Trudeau to go. And today, Justin Trudeau gave them what they wanted. After 9 years as Prime Minister and close to 12 years as the leader of the Liberal Party, Justin Trudeau's time at the top of Canada's political pyramid has come to an end. The story of Justin Trudeau's political career begins in 2008 when he became the MP for Papineau. Following Stéphane Dion's exit as leader of the Liberal Party, Trudeau refused to contest the leadership against Michael Ignatieff, biding his time and waiting for the right opportunity to strike. That time came in 2013 when he assembled his team that would lead him to the Prime Minister's office. Katie Telford, his chief of staff, Gerald Butts, his principal secretary and advisor. The team that Trudeau assembled around him leading up to the 2013 Liberal leadership race was enough to make that contest a no contest against Marc Garneau. He easily swept into the leadership of the Liberal Party, and then set his sights on Stephen Harper in the 2015 federal election. 2015 was an easy victory for the Liberals, sweeping the Atlantic provinces and giving Justin Trudeau a majority government. It was sunny ways in 2015, a leader with charisma, a fresh face, and energy that hadn't been seen in Canada since perhaps his father, Pierre Elliott Trudeau.
Sunny ways, my friends, sunny ways.
But the shine wore off quickly on Justin Trudeau, and the issues began to mount. Think of the scandals. The Aga Khan scandal, the We Charity scandal, the SNC-Lavalin scandal. Justin Trudeau limped his way into the 2019 federal election against Andrew Scheer and came out badly struck but not beaten. In 2020, he had to handle the COVID pandemic, to be a unifying figure in this country, to lead this country together through a disastrous and very scary time. I think it's safe to say that he failed monumentally at that. He became a divisive leader, a man who was committed to pitting families against each other, to forcing through his political will no matter the cost. Instead of unifying this country at a time when it was desperately needed, at a time Canadians were struggling like never before, the Prime Minister leaned into wedge issues. It was in the 2021 federal election against Aaron O'Toole that Justin Trudeau once again limped across the finish line with a minority government and very low voter turnout. And after that, he was quickly faced with the Freedom Convoy protest, a protest against vaccine mandates, which Justin Trudeau demeaned the protesters as a fringe minority with unacceptable views. Standing from the same place he announced his resignation today, Justin Trudeau accused the protesters of being tinfoil hat-wearing extremists.
Small fringe minority of people who are on their way to Ottawa or who are holding unacceptable views that they're expressing do not represent the views of Canadians who have been there.
He had to invoke the Emergencies Act on these peaceful protesters and crush their right to free speech.
The federal government has invoked the Emergencies Act to supplement provincial and territorial capacity to address the blockades and occupations.
From that point on, after the election of Pierre Poilievre as the leader of the Conservative Party, Justin Trudeau has sunk deeper and deeper into the polls, leading us to the place where we are today. With certainty that Pierre Poilievre will become the next elected Prime Minister of Canada, with certainty that the Liberal Party will be severely defeated in the next federal election, regardless of who they end up choosing as Liberal leader, and with a deeply fractured country. Let's think about Justin Trudeau's tenure as Prime Minister for a moment. Justin Trudeau has fractured the unity of the Liberal Party of Canada. He has torn families apart. He has depleted the savings of Canadian households and driven thousands of hardworking Canadians into homelessness, sleeping in tents in the dead of winter, relying on food banks just to be able to survive. He has normalized corruption in this country and cast patriotism as a problem. Churches across the country have been left scorched and desecrated, while anti-Semitism runs rampant in our major cities. His uncontrolled mass immigration agenda has brought upon demographic shifts in this country that nobody had ever asked for. Our nation's brightest minds flee this country to the United States to find work, and foreign investment continues to slip away. Young Canadians have given up hope on ever buying a home in this country. They've given up hope on finding a husband or a wife. They've given up hope on the idea of raising children. It may take 50 years for Canada to rebuild its identity and reclaim its position among the hierarchy of nations. Our country is laughed at. Our country is scorned at. When Pierre Poilievre becomes Prime Minister, the crumbling ruins of a government that he will inherit will present him with a challenge unlike any seen in this young century. Patience will be required, and understanding of the situation that he comes into will also be required. But as the overly dramatic Justin Trudeau will slowly exit the stage left, as Canadians, we can all begin to slowly close this dark chapter on Canadian history. All right, everyone, that's going to do it for us today on the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Harrison Faulkner, and this is Ratio.